A month of missed opportunities. That's what the December events felt like in Path of Exile. I'm not saying they were all bad or that I didn't have fun. Mostly, I enjoyed myself, as Path of Exile is just a great game in my opinion. I just feel that with a little bit more effort, these events could have been so much better. That is what this video is about. If you enjoy the occasional opinion video on your favorite ARPG like PoE or Last Epoch, consider subscribing. I'm making quite a few of these and I'm also making build guides and a bunch of videos about indie games. So a subscription is much appreciated, and let's get back to the PoE events. It all started out well with Endless Delve, of which I have no footage because I wasn't intending to make this video in the first place. I just wanted to play the events and have some fun and that's it, but I decided to provide some feedback instead. The Endless Delve event was the same event as last year, to my knowledge at least. Maybe the addition of div cards was added. Endless Delve was great, I think. The delve mechanic is diverse and deep enough that you can delve for a few days, maybe even for the full event. It gets really tough at some point, but I don't necessarily see that as a downside. Not having a crafting bench really hurts, and an event like Endless Delve makes you realize how terrible all the loot on the floor is, but ultimately it provides some challenges which are solvable as you're never really stuck in Delve. You can always delve horizontally until you find some more gear and then delve deeper again. I loved how quickly characters would level, and it made Endless Delve also a perfect event to quickly try out some builds. And, very importantly, the need to collect sulfite was removed, of course, and this will become relevant later on. Next event, Ziz's Gauntlet. This isn't a PoE event organized by GGG and everyone knows by now how this goes, so I am not commenting on this one. I didn't participate either. Next event, Endless Heist. Here it gets a bit worse. The issues with Endless Heist were noticeable right from the get-go, because both you and your rogues leveled up very slowly, not even compared to Endless Delve, but compared to a normal campaign. It took so long to get to level 75, it was rather tiresome. GGG realized this after a few days and it was fixed. I think many people already left the event, however, at that point. This means Endless Heist was off to a slow start, but otherwise it was pretty much what you expected, and Heist has enough loot to keep you going, I feel. There is no infinite scaling either, like in Delve, so you don't need a broken build to compete. And we had something to look forward to at level 50, the Grand Heist, something almost everyone enjoys. This is where GGG really dropped the ball, because they left the rogue coin cost in place for Grand Heist. I don't understand why. This meant we still had to grind regular heists to get coins in order to pay for unlocking all the rooms in a Grand Heist. It's like having to grind sulfite in maps to do Endless Delve. It's not really endless if we have to grind for coins, is it? It's restricted heist. These Grand Heists should have been free. They're the most fun part of Heist. The league is voided anyway, and it unlocks all sorts of interesting loot to play around with, giving the event some flair. Somehow GGG missed this, and to me this shows that the implementation of Endless Heist in terms of design never went any further than to simply implement Endless Heist. The devs didn't put any real other thought into this, or they would have seen that removing rogue coin cost is an obvious thing to do here. Clearly a missed opportunity to make the event a lot more interesting and keep players coming back for much longer after they've reached level 50. Then, Atlas Invasion. On paper, this event sounds like a lot of fun. And for the first couple of zones, it is honestly hilarious. Facing Kitava or Elder in the mudflats where you don't even have a movement skill yet, it is just so dumb but very entertaining. And the bosses dropped a ton of uniques as well, so within no time your character was decked out with excellent gear, which is great. The league is voided anyway, right? So just shower us with uniques, who cares? However, once your build gets up to speed, let's say level 16 or so, the invasion bosses have lost all their impact. They're nothing more than a small nuisance, something that requires 3 more seconds of your attention, and more than that, they're all dropping the same loot. Killing Chayula is a lot more difficult than killing Hillrake, but they both drop the same loot. And it is the same generic loot, and that's another quite obvious missed opportunity. I played all the way to tier 12, but at no moment in time do the invasion bosses actually drop stuff from their own loot table. I encountered Chayula many more times, and while I understand that at level 16 he may provide generic loot instead of Chayula uniques, I do not understand why at level 70 I'm still not getting items from his loot table. Once again, it's just a small change, something that is implemented in a few hours most likely, and something that would have made a huge difference in endgame. It would suddenly be exciting to encounter Shaper or Elder or one of the other endgame bosses, as they may drop a Watcher's Eye. You would get map fragments, allowing you to farm bosses some more. Once again, this league is voided, so there's no reason to not go all out and go ham here. But GGG didn't put any more thought into this than adding 5 invasion bosses in every single zone and give them a generic loot table. It gets worse though. The event design process, or lack thereof, really shows in Delirium everywhere. It's literally what the title says, with once again no other work or tweaks being done. Did you expect some additional Delirium rewards? Maybe the more you clear, the more rewards you get, like in regular Delirium? No, not going to happen, for some weird reason. The rewards were utterly lacking, while the disadvantages were significant. You can't see shit in the whole event because it's everywhere. The campaign is almost impossible to complete because some zones are 90% or more delirious, meaning you simply can't kill anyone, which includes mandatory bosses. You're constantly being chased by flowing bombs because that's delirium as well. That's criticism on a mechanic, but now it is in your entire run, which becomes cumbersome. You constantly need to be on the lookout for the red bombs, run away, backtrack, and it gets tedious real fast. Being chased by a horde of delirious monsters on the ledge is still sort of entertaining, but around Act 3 I've lost the will to play this event. Honestly, I think it could have been okay if they had kept the maximum delirium percentage in the campaign so you don't get stuck, and if they would have rewarded us properly with at least regular delirium rewards. Invasion rewards during the campaign were completely nuts, and here you get absolutely nothing. It's so strange. And the devs instead seemed to be happy with just a catchy event title and adding one line of code, and this is what we got. I'm a little surprised by the lack of effort from GGG when it comes to these events. It's just not like GGG at all. They normally put so much love and care into their game designs, which clearly shows in all the leagues, and it's one of the main reasons I'm enjoying the game still after all these years. It keeps feeling fresh. No one has put any significant design effort into the December events, however, and whatever the reason may be for that, I think it is a shame, because anyone playing this or thinking about this for more than a few minutes would realize the obvious flaws I'm pointing out in this video. I hope next year we get more events and that a little bit more thought goes into them. I do hope also that all the feedback is well received by GGG, because the whole idea of weekly events in a month is great, and to some extent it was fun. It just could have been so much better with small improvements. Let me know your thoughts about these events in the comments. Which was your favorite and why? And do you agree with my opinion here, or are you fine with the current implementation of events? Thanks for watching and making it to the end. I appreciate that. See you soon. Love you all. Bye bye.